Guys, I have something to confess. I'm a man. I'm joking. No need to go that hard with the crickets. Sheesh. I swear if you still think I'm a man. Anyways, here's the real deal. I've been playing Minecraft for years. And I mean years. Since 2012 to be precise. And I've been playing it wrong this whole time. Here's a bit of context. Rakuno and I were playing tnttag. Everything is cool, you know, just casually dying to nuns. You should definitely check out that video. And then this man tries to show me some parkour. That's when I tell him I can't do it. And then I told him what I'm about to tell you. To be brief, this is gonna take me forever to explain. The left control key is my sprint key. So far, so good. And if you use a little bit of logic, which I didn't do back then, you can agree with me that you should use your pinky for that specific key, right? Right? Well, no. Lil Aud decided to use her thumb. Which finger uses the spacebar then, you may ask? The thumb too! What an idiot. So yeah, my thumb has been going back and forth between the control key and the spacebar. Stupid bitch. So Rakuno decided to help me get rid of that habit. He basically forced me, but whatever. And I thought it would be fun to record myself getting used to my pinky for 2 weeks. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's get right into it. On day 1, I mostly play private games with my quote-unquote coach Rakuno. Give him a sub, it would make him happy. Rak definitely had a lot of fun violently murdering me in these games we played. And overall, I would say that this day was literally the hardest day of the 2 weeks. I'm being a bit dramatic, but oh well. Because I was so focused on making sure my pinky was on the control key, I was unable to play tag normally. My aim, which was already suffering, was basically non-existent, and my parkour was even more terrible than usual. Also, I was unable to click normally for some reason, but that's okay because I prefer timing my hits. Another thing I wasn't capable of doing was strafing properly, so I would mostly just hold the W key and hope for the best. I was basically playing tag, but worse than a non. To give you an example, I would sometimes accidentally hit the shift key and hold it for a couple of seconds before even realizing what I was doing. By the time I would notice, I'd get time and puffs by a TNT, which was really sad. Also, at some point, I literally had to go AFK to get a band-aid for my pinky. Yes, it was hurting me a lot, okay? My pinky was so used to resting on the side of my keyboard that changing its position would hurt me so bad. It wasn't the greatest day, but I did win some fights. Next day. On day 2, my good buddy Sano decided to live stream some private tnttag on his YouTube channel, and he invited both me and Rak to join him. Go give him a sub, it would make him happy. Rak thought it would be a great opportunity to improve my pinky situation, so we joined his party full of tnttag players. I didn't really want to get into fights at first because I was already struggling enough to run around the map on my own. But eventually, I had to fight because it was DM. To my surprise, considering it was only the second day, I didn't do too bad. I was still overall playing terribly, but I managed to win some fights, which was a big achievement for me considering I wasn't fighting nuns. And even when I would lose the fight, I could still be proud of the few hits I was able to do on the other player. Also, I still had to put a band-aid on my pinky because it was hurting a lot, probably because of the first day. I do have to admit that I wanted to give up at some point, and I secretly would start using my thumb in some fights because it's a hard challenge. Nah, I'm just hella lazy. But Rak managed to motivate me with threats, but whatever. Next day. On day 3, I played some private games with Twazem, Rak, and Cora. I love them, but I do have to say that played isn't the right word. I should probably use bullied instead. Anyways, I preferred playing private games with my friends instead of public ones because that would definitely speed up the pinky process. Yup, getting beaten up over and over again by your friends instead of some nuns in public games was definitely helpful and a win-win situation because it made me progress faster and they had the pleasure of bullying me multiple times. I don't know why, but my friends really enjoyed beating me, especially Rak. Anyways, I was still really focused on my pinky, so I couldn't really do anything else besides PvP like a bot, which was slightly annoying. Also, I would accidentally use my thumb instead of my pinky, or both my thumb and my pinky would press the control key. This muscle memory thingy was really annoying to break down and build again, but I eventually got the hang of it. I want to believe that after 3 days, I had already improved a bit, but at the same time, it was only day number 3, so I can't be sure. Next day. On day 4, I didn't really feel like playing tnttag, so I played a few games of TNT Run on my own. On the first few days, I was so focused on making my pinky press the control key that I would sometimes forget to let go. So I wanted to fix that by playing TNT Run. That also helped me timing the control key and the W key together. Because, if I am correct, when you are playing a TNT Run game, you should never be walking or sprinting the whole time. You basically have to switch between running and sprinting quite often to strategically keep as many blocks as possible on your level while being able to plan an escape route in case of a dead end. So I tried to keep that in mind while adjusting my pinky to the game, which means pressing the control key or letting go of it. I still lost every game though because of some silly mistakes, which was really unfortunate, but I got some practice out of a few games I played, so I was still happy. Next day. On day 5, I finally got over my fear of playing public games. I agreed to play pubs with Cora and Rack. Well, I got forced to, but who cares? I do have to say that I focused nons because they were the only players that I had a tiny chance to beat because I was still playing terribly. I would put the sound on for some of these clips because we were singing our heart out, but that would be exposing them and I don't think they would be too happy about that. I also don't really want to expose myself either. By the way, if I ever sing in a video or a stream, I'm really sorry in advance. Anyways, I did struggle on this day too with the pinky / thumb muscle memory situation, but it was nothing too dramatic. I have to admit that it's very hard to play while focusing on one specific thing, being the pinky in my case, but I was starting to enjoy these games a bit more than on the first few days because on that day I was focused on having fun with my friends instead of trying to win every single fight. I still lost more than I won, but I was finally able to combo people a bit, so that was a win in my book. Next day. On day 6, I organized the GVG with Rack for my guild, the Incredibles versus Zao. Woohoo! Thank God the warm-up started an hour before the actual GVG because otherwise I would have done worse than I actually did. I still did terrible. During that specific GVG, I kept getting unlucky and getting into fights the first round, which never really ended well on my end. I don't know about you guys, but tnttag itself gives me anxiety. You're just running around the map, vibing on your own, when there's literally a human TNT that starts chasing you. The worst part, that TNT is about to explode. Also, since I was organizing the GVG with Rack, we both had the fate of a win streak in our very own hands. And by win streak, I mean like 14 wins, I think. So, if you combine the concept of a tnttag game and a GVG win streak together, you've literally created anxiety itself. And anxiety equals terrible performance, at least for me. In other words, my pinky situation got really worse with the stress. But it's okay because our team did amazing while having fun. We came home with the win and kept the win streak going. Next day. On day 7, I didn't get on hypixel at all because I wasn't really interested in practicing my pinky, but hey, I went on Rockspot and found this guy called the Simping Singer. Just listened to him singing a song about me and basically just roasting me.
She sucks in PvP, she's just whack, yeah, that's Audful for you. Audful, you suck. You suck so much. You are the worst. You are the worst. Audful, you suck more than Riley Reid on camera, figuratively speaking. Audful, you are really bad. You make everyone so mad. And your life is so damn sad. How to do, boom roasted. Come on, don't look away.
Next day. Calvin, you literally left for a month without saying anything. Okay. Calvin.
I'll go with that TNT. I can't talk to you. I'm a redhead. Gotta go.
On day 8, I played some public games with Rack and drumroll. Excalibur! If you guys wonder why his channel died, by the way, he farted too hard and broke his PC. Yup, nah, for real though. Watch this video and you'll know why. Anyways, we had to warp a lot because he kept dying per usual, but I still managed to get some fights to practice. I would say that I was getting used to the pinky situation, but I still had a band-aid. Haha, ha. At the end, Calvin had to unfortunately leave us, and here's why.
Alright, we're taking it to TNT. I knew you wanted this. You always want to take it to the TNT. You're always way too aggressive for your own freaking good.
I'll be a part of your evil posse, Calvin.
You want to go halvesies? Hey, let's just go halvesies. You want to split it right down the middle?
Get him,
I think we should
Calvin.
split it right down the middle.
What a loser.
You know, I was raised in a Christian school. I was taught to just love your neighbor, you know, stuff like that. Turn your cheek, you know.
Is this true?
Not!
I don't know if I want to be your evil posse anymore. It looks like the female is on the run right now.
That never happens. That never happened. Get the frick back here. You know that was lucky. You know that was...
I was gonna boost you. You had a chance. You didn't. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Pardon my weird laugh. Anyways, next day. On day 9, I played some public games with Eamon and I decided to step up my game. I thought I was now capable of fighting people with up-defined capes. Yes, there is a difference between a non and a player with an up-defined cape. But it was still a bad decision because I definitely couldn't keep up with these people. I also got into fights with some nons, but it was always the same ending for me. My pinky situation was kind of improving, but it wasn't good enough to satisfy me. I did kind of feel like I wasn't going to improve, but I still kept going because why not coconut? I really need to stop with these. Oh, and later on the same day, I got targeted by my favorite fan, I hate this guy, and his friend in a few games. It was very enjoyable. Next day... On day 10, I don't know how, but I thought I was ready to 1v1 Sano in private games. I'm so stupid, lol. You know this tag YouTuber who's wearing a unicorn onesie and beatboxes his way to victory in tag? Yeah. That guy. Anyways, I got to practice my pinky a little bit, but I didn't really get to send him flying all the way to Antarctica or just like, you know, win a game against him. Also, he just kept breaking my brain for some reason and beat me up the whole time. But that's okay. I will get him another time. Also, between you and me, that guy is overpowered with his TNT plushie. It's probably a hack client or something that just makes him hella good at the game. I will get one day. That's a promise I'm making to myself. Next day. On day 11, I took a break from playing tnttag because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'm just like, I need to play something else. So I decided to play Build Battle with some of my friends. Guys, you know me. I'm a Build Battle main now. I have to play Build Battle every once in a while. Nah, for real though, I love Build Battle so much. Anyways, here are 2 of the games I've played with them. The builds we came up with were pretty sick in my opinion, and I'm really proud of them. Also, I'll take the opportunity to say that I started a Build Battle series on my channel, and you should definitely check it out if you're interested. In some episodes, I'll be playing the solo mode, but in others, I will be joined by some of my friends to play the team mode. I do have to say that I'm better when I play teams because first of all, I have a teammate who can help me build, and second of all, you actually get 7 minutes instead of 5 minutes to come up with something amazing, so that's pretty handy. Anyways, next day... On day 12, I played with some friends and I purposely got myself into some fights against any type of player to practice and improve my pinky situation. I would say that overall, I started to see some kind of progress, but I did get bullied though.
How funny would it be if I just warped right now? I didn't beat.
You're so funny. Anyways, I was finally able to do some kind of strafing, but it wasn't well coordinated, but that's okay. At least I was now able to keep up with the player, kind of, and somewhat adapt to their playstyle. I was still struggling with timing my hits and making the right decisions at the right time. So at the end of the day, I decided to hop on Rockspot, and look who I encountered.
Baby. You see this sweet ride? I mean, you see this sweet ride? I mean, yeah, but yeah, if you want to ride on my big, good, sexy ass pig, juicy pork, you know what I mean? Fucking, oh fuck a lot. Oh my god, no, help me, please stop. Oh my shit, help me.
That pig is definitely in a better place now. Next day. On day 13, I played some public games with Audful and Elk. Yeah, these two play pubs, isn't that crazy? I got bullied and I panicked a lot that day for some reason.
Are you okay?
No.
No, why are you coming? Oh, nice.
That's really against this.
So many TNTs! What the fuck? I saw him move. I'm not going near that. Ellie! Stop! 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 No!
No, attack the other guys.
No! I'm kind of speechless after seeing these clips. I think I was way too excited. Anyways, what else happened? Oh yeah, Min changed his skin to that Hawaiian dancer, as you can see.
Wait, Twiza move. Twiza move. I'm about to take a picture. Move.
And Perm just... Next day! On day 14, the last day! Finally! I played more tnttag public games with a mint and toggle potato. Per usual, I got bullied a lot by literally everyone in this game. I'm like one of these characters in high school that have a paper written on their back that literally says, bully me or something. I do have to say though, that I was no longer thinking of the pinky while playing. Probably because I had finally gotten used to it. I got bullied so hard on the last day that I just decided to hop on Rockspot and I met this lovely singer.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like.
And that concludes my thumb to pinky journey. If you made it this far, I'm actually surprised, but congrats to you, determined viewer. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Say bye, boo. Mwah.
We'll be right back.